Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda and I am the cotton florist. So this week I thought we could go through all of the patterns that I use for Artist Alley events. I have been doing Artist Alley events for 3 years now. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like Comic-Con, anime conventions, really massive events where they could have 1,000 plus individual artists attending and selling their things, plus the big companies like Nintendo, Crunchyroll, Sega, etc. all there selling all of their merchandise in a slightly different section, and it's like one big massive event. So usually at these events you would see a lot of crocheters selling Pokemon and gaming and anime related items. And this is what I generally will make for these kind of events. I don't make as many smaller animal items. I still do make them, but I don't make as many. And I do get a lot of questions on what patterns I use for these items. So I thought, because it is now my 3rd year of doing these types of events, I have a lot of patterns that I've saved and a lot of patterns that I've used that have worked really, really well in Artist Alley events and these kind of anime conventions. So I thought I'd go through them with you. These are going to be free and paid, so there's going to be a mix of both. And almost all of these patterns I have used myself. For the patterns that I haven't used, I know a lot of people have used them and they've worked out really well. So I'm kind of only using known patterns that I know work and that I know others have found work for them. So you don't have to take a gamble on whether the pattern's going to turn out, because I already know it will. With that being said, I am going to try and organize it into sections. So the first section is going to be Pokemon, then anime, gaming, etc. So I'm going to try and organize it as best I can. I haven't organized it in free versus paid, but I will have all the details in the description box below so you can see whether it is free or paid, and I might mention it as well when I'm talking about the pattern. I do have an Artist Alley event in 3 days, so I do have some of these plushies on hand to show you. So as I go through those patterns, I will show you the actual plushie. So first of all, let's go through the Pokemon category, because I know that's going to be probably the most popular and the most sought after one. I do have a lot of patterns in here. A lot of them are free. I think almost all of them are free actually. Some of them are paid, but let's go through them. So first of all, we have 55 Stitches. She has a really great Pokemon collection, free Pokemon pattern collection. The ones that I like the most are the starters, the mini starters, and I have some here to show you. I don't have the Charmander though. I've only got the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur, but here they are. And these are so adorable and they're free. So that is the first pattern and one of my favorites. The next one is also a free pattern and it is by Tashs Crochet. Now she has quite a few Pokemon patterns as well. The most notable one I think is the Pikachu one that most people use, but she also has a Bulbasaur, Squirtle and a Charmander as well. So they're much bigger size, much bigger than the minis that I just showed you. It's a full size plushie and they are all free also. I have made the Pikachu and I think the Squirtle. I don't think I've made the other ones, but the Pikachu one I've definitely made and it's a really great pattern. Next is one of my favorite patterns and it is the Baby Snorlax pattern. This is by Little Crochet Things and it has been featured in a couple of my recent vlogs. So it is the Snorlax pattern. I don't have it here with me. I've got it downstairs, I think. It makes the cutest sleeping Snorlax pattern and it got very popular a little while ago. And most recently with the Pocopia games coming out. So Pumpy Crochet has created a mod based off of that pattern. So you need to buy the original pattern from Little Crochet Things and then you can use Mosslack's mod to go on top of it. So that is a really great paid and free combination. And I'm seeing this a lot more recently where you can buy the free pattern and someone creates a mod for it. So it's like a 2-in-1. The next one is the Not Ditto pattern by Crafted for Comfort. And it is in fact a ditto, but it's a really great pattern. It works up very quickly. It's a smaller ditto, so it's great for marker prepping. So you can make a bunch of them. It's very quick to work up, which is very surprising because ditto patterns usually are a little bit more involved. But this one was a really great pattern. I've made quite a few of them and they are great size. I use Puffy Chunky when I use them and they work up to about this big. So I can actually show you guys an example of one that I'm working on right now. It's not finished. We're just missing a couple of rows on top, but that's how big it turns out. So I'm missing maybe like 3 rows on top for the head. So it is a pretty great size. So that was all of the Pokemon patterns. I actually also did a pattern roundup probably a year ago now. So I do think I have more of the Pokemon patterns listed there, but these are the patterns that I have been using the most of recently, so I wanted to include them in this vlog as well. So the next category is going to be gaming. So first up we have a pattern from the Hollow Knight gaming series and it is Bug Knight. Now this is the pattern by Shine.Crafts. It is not a free pattern, it is paid, but it is absolutely amazing. There is also a free version by False Bubbles. She has a free pattern out as well. I haven't used it, but I have seen others use it as well. But I like this one because it was a little bit smaller. I'm using blanket yarn, so if you were to use like a Parfait Chunky, it would be considerably smaller, which is why I chose it. Because I have made large ones in the past, but I wanted a smaller version. Love this pattern. Works up pretty quickly actually. Okay, another one that gets brought up pretty often, and I think I might have even used it in my last vlog, but it is a Stardew Valley pattern. It is the Junimo pattern. So it's a fantastic pattern. It's very quick to work up and it's always sells out. So that is one I recommend if you're wanting to add some more gaming items to your table. The next is the Town Hall doggy, which is Isabelle from Animal Crossing. This one is by Crochet by Janina and it is really, really cute. She uses like a really soft, almost like fuzzy type yarn for hers. But you can use any type of yarn. I have not crocheted this. I have seen others crochet it and it is super cute. I really personally love all patterns by Crochet by Janina, so I buy from her with confidence that it's going to be amazing. Every one of her patterns, in my opinion, are. So I have it on my to-do list. I haven't crocheted it yet, but I really want to. But I thought it's a great pattern to add because it looks like a pretty quick to work up Animal Crossing pattern, and for the most part the Animal Crossing patterns are usually pretty involved, so it looks like it would take around 2 hours, which is great for market prepping if you want 1 or 2 Animal Crossing items at your booth. The next is a Kuchipachi and Mimichi Tamagotchi bundle. I have made the Mimichi from this particular bundle and he is here. I have made Kuchipachi but not from this bundle, so I thought I may as well not show it to you. But this is Mimichi and it was very quick to work up. I'm assuming Kuchipachi would be the same because they were similar sizes by the looks of it. So really recommend this pattern. Very cute, and Tamagotchi is making a pretty big comeback, so definitely a good idea to have some of these at your table. One for the nostalgic millennials like myself, and 2 for the younger generation coming up with a really cool Tamagotchi. So this is a great one to add. Okay, another one is the Flower Sprites by Hook and Haven. It is the Pikmin patterns. I have used these and sold them at a couple of events now. I think the last event I brought them to was Animega, and I think I sold out of all of them there. They're really cute. So they're from the game Pikmin. If you know that, it's a Nintendo game, very, very popular, very, very cute, very flower themed, which is why I loved it. But they draw a lot of attention in because it's nostalgic for a lot of people as well. It's been around a while, so that one is a great one to add. It is a paid pattern, however, but there are free versions. I think Circles Crochet also has a free Pikmin pattern, if I'm not mistaken. I'll add the details on screen if I've got that correct. We have a free Bimo pattern, so if you're a fan of Adventure Time, Bimo is a really cute character. This is a free pattern by Amiguru Miku. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's an Adventure Time plushie. So if you like Adventure Time, I'm not sure if I should add that under gaming because I know this is an Adventure Time game. It's also a TV series, so I'm just going to add it in under gaming. On that same note, there is also a Jake pattern, also character in Adventure Time. This is by Shine.Crafts and it is a free pattern, I believe. I think I got it from her Ko-fi, but I've also made this for, I think it was Supernova 2 years ago. And it sold, so that was a really great one to have. Next is a couple of patterns for The Legend of Zelda. Again, a very, very popular game, very nostalgic for a lot of people, and for those younger generations, there is new versions coming out pretty frequently, so it's a game for all gens. The first is the Link pattern. It's by Rennie Crochet. It's free. It works out to be really small. I did have one here with me. I don't think I have it, but I'll put a picture in. It's really tiny if you use acrylic yarn, which is what they use. Great for a keychain size. The next one is a Korok. It is from Legend of Zelda. It is a very, very cute character. There's lots of different variations of them. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But these are paid patterns. I'll link the crochet down below, the pattern designer, Elizabeth Crafts. She has a bunch of different croc designs. So if you're interested, I'll link to her Etsy, or I think it might be her Ko-fi that has it. Anyway, she's got a bunch of different ones there. So take a look at those because there are some very intricate ones as well. They may not be a very quick to work up for Artist Alley market prep, but if you want some really nice standout gaming items, definitely take a look because the patterns are amazing. Next is Kirby pattern, because I have to add a Kirby pattern on. There's a million out there, there really is, but the Lovely Crochet has a really, really nice one. It's like a chunky one. It's a standout pattern. I think that they just use like a puffy chunky weight and it's quite big. So if you want a really nice chunky Kirby plushie, check it out. I don't know where to add this one, so I'm just going to add it under gaming. It's not really, it's more of a blind box thing, which is kind of gaming in a way. I don't know how to describe this, like art-ish. It's a Smisky. They're very popular little collectibles that you can get in blind boxes. Crochet with May 3 has a YouTube tutorial for a free pattern. It looks really cute. So I've added that in because it's obviously very popular with people who attend artist alleys and art markets alike. So this one would do really well. There's a lot of other similar-ish patterns for Smiskies, but I liked this one in particular. So take a look at this one. And if I didn't mention already, it's free. And there's a YouTube tutorial on it as well, which I thought was really unique because if you're kind of newish to crochet, this could be really helpful for you to understand the pattern in better detail. Okay, so next we're going on to anime. So first of all, I'm going to go through some Sanrio ones. First, we have the 7-in-1 keychain pattern, which is actually 8-in-1 keychain pattern. It is by KnotMichele. It is free. It is awesome. I actually have some examples for you. So I've got 3 examples here: Pochako, Rilakkuma, and Hello Kitty. These are all free as part of the bundle. They're very similar. They work up similar, very, very quick, like really quick actually. There is 8 of them and they are fantastic. So definitely recommend that if you're looking at keychain size plushies. Next, there's a mini Miffy. I don't have one with me, but I use them in pretty much every vlog you'll see of mine. It is the keychain that I make up. It is the Miffy keychain that I make up. Also by KnotMichele. You can get it on Ribbler or potentially her Instagram as well. I get most of her patterns from Ribbler. And that's where I found her pattern and recommend 100%. It's fantastic. I've been using this same pattern for years for keychains for all of my markets, and yeah, they always sell. And I add a bow to mine, like a little bow, and it makes it sell better. It makes it cuter. Next one, also by KnotMichele, because she is just amazing pattern designer, especially with Sanrio plushies. I have her Sanrio bundle. So I've got Hello Kitty and Tuxedo Sam. There's another one included in this bundle and I can't remember its name. It's like Hang It On, I think, the fish one. But you can buy, like, she has all of them. But this is a bundle that I got and it's just adorable. So definitely recommend. I also have a adorable Pochako pattern. I'm not going to attempt the designer's name because I always stuff this up, but this is a fantastic free pattern. I've been making this one as well for years and it always sells because look, I actually made the very first one for myself like 3-4 years ago. And then I was like, I'll take it to a market and just see. And it sold straight away and I was so sad because I didn't really want it to sell. So I've since made it a couple times again and it sells straight away. So cute, cute pattern. Next one is Anya and family. So if you are familiar with the Spy X family, it is Anya, Lloyd, and Yori. I paid for this pattern and it's a small acrylic pattern, but I size it up into plush yarn and it becomes a very sizable, very, very cute plush doll. Amazing pattern. Love, love, love. It's really awesome. It works up, yeah, into an incredible size. The pattern is very easy to understand. It does take time, especially with the hair. It is the kind of plushie that you would price quite high because it's a lot of work, but it's worth it and it will look amazing on your boots. So I have made Anya and love it, but I do have the bundle, so I bought all 3, but I just haven't gotten around to making the others, but it is a great pattern. The next one is Kpop Demon Hunters. So obviously very, very popular. There is the Huntrix girls pack, so I bought the one that has the 2 different types of outfits. So the golden outfits and the regular outfits. So it's got Zoe, Mira, and Rumi. This is by Green Frog Crochet, a very popular pattern. I think she also makes an acrylic yarn version, but this is a plush yarn version and she made it specifically with plush yarn in mind. And I made Rumi and I've started making the other ones and very easy to read. Does take a little while to work up because it's a doll. All doll patterns take a while to work up. They're very detailed, but I 100% recommend this for your Artist Alley events because it will just go nuts. I brought mine to a market and it sold. And it wasn't even an anime market, it was just a regular market. But it's because it's very popular with kids. Great pattern, great plushie to bring. On the same note, Kpop Demon Hunters Derpy plushie, also by Green Frog Crochet. It is the adorable Derpy, and that is a really great size plushie. It should work up relatively quickly. It is a detailed plushie. Again, all Derpy plushies are. The next on the list is a pattern by Abby Jade Art. I love her patterns. This is the Appa. Now she has a mini and a regular version. I have the regular version, but it works up pretty quickly and the mini one obviously works up even faster. Appa is a very popular anime character, so definitely add this to your list. Or any Appa I take to markets always gets a lot of attention. And I also have a free version of the Appa pattern by Shine.Crafts if you're wanting another one. It is much bigger and therefore more involved. So if you're wanting a really large one, I think I took it to Supernova 2 years ago and it sold, I think I sold it for like 120 or something. It sold within like the first hour for reference. So if you're wanting to know how popular Appa is, make one. You've got to make one. Next we have No Face / Totoro pattern. So this is by Shine.Crafts as well. They have a 2-in-1. It's free. The last time I checked it was free. I'm sure it's still free. I think I got it from the Ko-fi and it is, yeah, it's a 2-in-1. So it's a pattern for Totoro, but there's also, you can amend the pattern at the bottom and then she has a version of No Face. And if you're wondering what No Face and Totoro are, No Face is from Spirited Away and Totoro is from My Neighbor Totoro, which is Studio Ghibli films. And on Studio Ghibli film, I have another one for you. It is Spirited Away. It is the dragon Haku. It is by Pandas Crochet. So it's the large dragon plushie. I made it a couple of vlogs ago, I think, but I brought it to a couple of markets. It is a higher price plushie for me, so it gets a lot of attention, but I've only brought it to regular markets, I think maybe one anime con. I haven't sold it as yet, but it gets a ton of attention, so it is definitely a plushie to draw in people to your booth, but it is a really nice dragon pattern. I also have a calcifer pattern. It is a big fire demon pattern. That's what it's called, big fire demon. It is calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. It's by Woolly Tunes and it is a really great pattern. I've made it a couple of times. Very, very popular when people see it because obviously anything Studio Ghibli is popular. So it's another great one to add if you are a Studio Ghibli fan or you're going to an anime con. Anime cons are basically just Studio Ghibli fans everywhere. So it's always great to add these patterns into your booth. Next we have One Piece. So I've got a Luffy and a Chopper pattern on my list. I purchased this a long time ago, but I haven't crocheted it, but I know others who have, which is why I'm mentioning it. These are the individual patterns for the individual characters. I don't think they work up that much and it's not as much hair, especially for Chopper. But I think these are just not as detailed as some of the other dolls that I've mentioned. So they are a great market prep item. And because One Piece is obviously very popular, it is a great one to add to your booth. And that is all of the patterns that I have in this video. These are a really great amount of patterns to work with to start off if you were thinking of doing Artist Alley events, and it can give you a really great idea on what other patterns are related to these patterns that you could incorporate into your booth. I try and make a bunch of patterns for different crowds, so those who like anime, those who like gaming, and those who like Pokemon, because generally all three or at least one of each of those will be at these anime cons and comic cons, so be sure to at least add one of these patterns to your list. Let me know if you've made these patterns before, what you thought, and also if you have any other really great Artist Alley patterns that you think others would or need to make. Add them in the comments below so we can all see, because we all really need some ideas when it comes to what kind of patterns to use, because it's going to help someone out. So feel free to comment if you have any great ideas, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.